Hello my dear Switch watchers, anime fans and people who stumbled here because, well, robots. It's Jordan here taking a look at Super Robot Wars 30. Now just remember guys, we are giving away a Nintendo Switch OLED model to one of our subscribers once we reach 100,000 of you lot, so subscribe, then you can win it faster. Super Robot Wars 30 is a game I've been waiting a long time for. This is the fourth game from the series on the Switch, but it's been well over a year and a half since the last one, and my knees are starting to get a little itchy. Unlike the last one, this is a brand new entry in the series, celebrating 30 years and countless entries. This is available in Asia on the Switch and PS4, but finally internationally on Steam for the first time ever. The former two consoles, depending on which version you play, they are available in English. So these are strategy RPGs, crossovers of famous anime from Japan. From the classics to the modern day, it's a real delight to see them all come together into combat. While each entry have their own set list of different properties involved, this 30th anniversary includes some new entrants including Sakura Wars and even Ultraman and Gridman. Oh yeah, if you thought that having Cowboy Bebop in T could not be topped, well, they almost did it here. Almost. Spike's hard to beat though. What I particularly enjoyed about this entry is how much variety you get early on. Rather than sometimes where you just get your standard Gundams with their guns and beam swords for quite a while, here you get instant variety with the Majestic Prince cohorts, Team Rabbit. They are each unique and badass and you get them pretty early on. And then, once you're free to explore Earth, you'll be meeting a real nice selection of heroes to join your team, looking and feeling badass. It's instant gratification, more or less, and it keeps getting better as you play. So what you get in here are strategy games that can be comparable to the Fire Emblem series. As a reference, the first Super Robot Wars game came out almost exactly a year after the first Fire Emblem game. When it comes to strategy, they are on the simpler side. It's the kind where you move all your team first, do all their abilities and attacks, and then the enemy does theirs. As some of you may know, this is not my preferred type of strategy game. I prefer the more like speed-based ones like Final Fantasy Tactics, but to be honest, I'm not really here for the strategy. Things haven't changed much since you probably last played Super Robot Wars. Everything feels very familiar aside from really sweet overhaul of the HUD with the stats and such, which still do look ridiculously complicated, but really they're not. Once you know where to look, you'll find that they are simple enough. One big complaint people always have about this series is just how easy they are, and that's true. I have the exact same issue with all of the games. However, you know what? I think they may have touched it up a notch. Sure, sometimes you feel overpowered, but now so can your enemy at times, even on the standard difficulty. Now, I'm not saying it's tough, but I still did have to take a step back and think from time to time. I felt a little more vulnerable rather than just wiping everything out in my path. And there's 4 difficulty levels, so I can imagine the higher ones might provide a decent challenge for those who are a bit more serious about their strategy games. And the thing is, all the systems and features to be a proper strategy game are here. There's loads of stuff going on with abilities, EX actions, morale, using your carrier ship, but up until now, they've never really needed to be utilized. But I think this is a nice step in the right direction for the series. I'm happy with the difficulty level here. So yeah, Super Robot Wars 30 is a game you may have played before. Not this particular one, but if you play some of the recent entries on the Switch or perhaps PS4, then this will feel very familiar. If you're here purely for the gameplay, you may be somewhat disappointed unless you're happy about the higher difficulty. If you're here for the anime badassery, then this will still be freshly awesome. Because let's face it, it's all about the show. Here, with the vast array of characters and heroes, mechs with different abilities, you're gonna be seeing some awesome attacks. And I tell you what, Super Robot Wars 30 does not let you down. If you want to watch some awesome attacks that can be a minute long, then you are in the right place. If you ain't got time for that, then you can skip the attack animations, but that's you're a Philistine, of course. But less offensively, you can speed it up, which sometimes actually makes them look a little more badass, because it also removes the HUD, like all the stats and stuff, so it makes it a lot more cinematic. It's always just a treat. You absolutely love the thought of recruiting a new character just to see what they can do. And when you unlock new attacks, there's just a great feeling of wonder of what epicness awaits. Am I shallow? Hell yes. But, you know, I do love a good strategy game. Like I said, I like Final Fantasy Tactics. I can be sophisticated, but here, I'm just here for the show. Really, I will not lie about that. I only care about what I'm seeing on the screen, not what I'm actually doing. So this game, Super Robot Wars 30, is available physically, but only in Asian regions. There is a Hong Kong physical version, but that does not have English, which is strange because the previous ones did. So don't make that mistake. However, the Singapore version and Japanese physical copies do have English, and they work on any Nintendo Switch. If you want to own it physically, if you want to keep it forever, and have some resale value, then down below in the description and the pinned comment, I've put links as to where you can pick up a copy for yourself and support us at the same time. Plus, in return for using our links, you can get a very nice 5% off any physical item from PlayAsia if you use the coupon code SwitchWatchTV while checking out. That's all one word, SwitchWatchTV, while checking out for 5% off any physical item, but please use our link first. If you're a digital dude, then you can also download it from the Japanese eShop. There's a wide variety of versions with a deluxe and complete edition. The base game is priced at an eye-watering 9,460 yen, which is $83. That's 60 quid. The deluxe edition, almost 15,000 yen. That's $130, 95 quid. And the ultimate edition is ultimately taking all your cash, because that's 18,150 yen, which is $160, which almost gives me a nosebleed just thinking about that price. Just buy physically, because it's so much cheaper. But if you do need Japanese eShop credit, then links are below in the description and pinned comment for that too. Remember, do not buy from the Hong Kong eShop or the Hong Kong physical versions because they don't have English. That would be an incredibly expensive mistake to make. The links below are the ones that you want. If you don't click those, then you may make a mistake, okay? Is it worth the price? Well, if you like badass anime, then yes. If you enjoy strategy games, yeah, I would say so. It may not be the most in-depth, but you can't deny that it's really enjoyable. You're paying for the proper license of these famous anime series and music, so you obviously have to pay a premium. If you've had your fill of Super Robot Wars with the other releases, maybe T, X, or V, then maybe it's not worth it because it's essentially the same kind of content. It's still awesome, but it's the same kind of awesome. You're paying for the badassery, and if that's wore off for you, maybe you should wait for a sale. Excuse me while I laugh. These games are never cheap. Also, by the way, the music is just as kick-ass as you'd expect. You get full-on pumped knowing you're kicking ass while listening to epic music from the shows. I mean, I don't recognize any of these. I don't watch the show, and yet even me listening to the music, I started tearing up, getting all nostalgic. I don't know how, but that's the magic it has. Overall, look, this is an anime mech fan's dream. Feeling like you're playing a massively long TV series with all your favorite mech properties in one. The gameplay may be on the simple side, but that's not necessarily a bad thing for a lot of people out there. It's all style, and it's just a pleasure to play to even someone like me who's not exactly familiar with the animes represented here. But I tell you what, it made me want to go and watch all these anime stuff, so it's great advertisement for that. And in all honesty, comparing them to the other games in the series, for me, this stands toe to toe with my other favorite in the series, T. I think they're pretty equal on that. It's a 9 out of 10 from me if you're all about those over-the-top attack animations, baby. Alright, many thanks for watching. Big up to our executive producers, Dane Wilkinson, God of Resin, Boombox, Brent McLean, Jonathan Rumor, Santa Tartaruga, Alexander Cato, J. Crud, 7776, Elissa, Punky Dooster, Michael Del Polito, Cartoon Soren, Jack Severus Vilos, Robotech, Z, Raven Knight, Thorn Metal Luna, and Parsnip Coffee. Thank you ever so much for your legendary support. Plus you, yes, you watching right now. If you watched all the way through, then you are the one who helps us grow, because the longer you watch, the more YouTube shares us about. If you're one of those people, give me a robot emoji in the comments, then I know who you are. Please check out some of our other stuff. If you're new, remember to subscribe to get that Nintendo Switch OLED model. You can watch more Super Robot Wars goodness. I reviewed all of them on the Switch. How about SD Gundam G Generations? We have physical Switch games on Monday, digital bargains on Sunday, and we'll see you guys over there. Have a good one.